thing right here where the air can blow into the bottom, a little tube. And then there's a little screen in here that will separate whatever's burning just from the very bottom, so it sits up a little bit so the air can move through it. And you'll just have something smoldering in here. You can use pine needles or grass. Burlap is the best. And if it's not burning that well, scrape off a piece of honeycomb and put the honeycomb in there with it, and it'll burn easier, kind of like a candle. The honeycomb will melt and wick down onto the burlap, and it'll burn a lot better. That's a good tip there. And then try not to start forest fires. I've only started one brush fire the entire time I've been keeping bees, so it's good not to do that. I weed whacked out here, so we should know. Yeah, it's probably not going. It's good. It's good if it's really going. It's just kind of a matter of getting it to start good enough, but not burning your fingers. Having a smoker lit is probably the worst hazard of keeping bees on the coast. It's so dry here.
Oh, that's interesting.
I think in like Santa Barbara County or something, beekeepers aren't like, you have to be registered with the fire department or something to use a smoker. It's pretty ridiculous.
How do you put it out when you're done?
I put it out when I'm done just by stuffing some green leaves through this and through this. That way it doesn't go out right away, but it will smother out after about 10 minutes.
Boy, I'm so dry all around me.
You'll want to weed whack.
Oh, we do.
Yeah.
Good.
You just want to be careful. Don't do it when it's super windy,
Yeah.
Just use common sense and you won't have a problem. The only time I had a problem was because I had 2 bee yards about a quarter mile apart. I lit the smoker at one, and then I went to the other one. I had the smoker with me, but I guess a spark had come out or something, and I lit the other one while I was away. So by the time I drove back, the flames were already like 50 square feet, so there wasn't anything I could do. But it wasn't that big of a deal. I have insurance, so So this hive, all the bees are coming out. So either it's too full or there's something else wrong. It might just be too full of bees. Maybe we'll pop the lid. I'll put on my smoker and we'll pop the lid and see what the problem is. Usually it's just kind of a matter of not opening the hives that there's nothing wrong with, and then the hives that there is something wrong with, you have to spend all.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Much darker on the back.
Yeah.
So they're bigger in general, is that right?
Yeah, they're bigger in general, and they can be any colors. Sometimes they're dark. A lot of mine are dark because I have dark bees.
So that is a drone right there?
Yeah, that's a drone.
Okay.
That's probably a pure VSH drone. 100% VSH for the drones, because the drones are not a result of mating. The drones are just from the queen. They're 100% of whatever.
So the rest of these
Oh, see, look at this. See how it has shriveled wings?
Yeah.
Shriveled wings is a symptom of varroa mites, so I'm gonna have to treat my hives.
Oh, okay.
So
if you treat one, you treat them all?
yeah, I'll probably treat them all. So it's not the end of the world if you see this, but
What's that?
it just shows that it's getting out of hand. This? It's just some propolis that they put on the hive.
Okay. Want your drone back? So everything. So what have you got there?
This is the AppleGuard. This is how I get it. When you guys order it, it'll come in like a little individual dose. It'll be in its like own little plastic, thermoformed plastic tray that it's in, and you just put the tray in there. For me, I dose it myself because it's cheaper when you buy it in the tub. But you have to have a special like applicator number or something to do this.
Okay.
It's kind of a hassle. I have to go to the ag commissioner. You're supposed to stir it first.
Is it dangerous to us or to children if they touch it?
No, it's only dangerous if you have an allergy to thymol. But I mean, it's in an herb already, so.
Oh, now
I've never heard of anybody having an
Oh, it
allergy.
smells good.
Yeah, it smells like
you're
herb.
smoking.
So I have thyme in my yard. Is that helpful to the bees?
No. This is like pure thyme crystals dissolved in like a gelatin or something.
Okay.
So.
Heavy concentrate.
Yeah, it's pretty heavy. And it just goes on these little they're cardboard, and then there's just some foil on the top. I don't know what the point of it is. It could go on anything.
In charge one.
Yeah. probably maybe a little bit more than that. It says it's supposed to be a 50-gram dose, but I just eyeball it. If you put too much, it'll kill the brood. But if there's mites in the brood anyway, it's worth it to kill the brood. It's always bad to kill the brood because that'll make the bees dwindle in about a month. But if there's mites in it anyway, it's not going to be the end of the world.
And then do the bees walk on that, and then they, or what does it do?
The bees will be irritated by it, and they'll clean it out. So they'll walk in it, they will grab it, and they'll pull it out of the hive and drop it who knows where. And it gets everywhere in the hive in the process. And it helps. I mean, it's organic, so it's not going to kill like 99.9% of the mites. I think on the label it says it kills somewhere between 70 and 93% of the mites, which isn't enough. It's not enough because the mites are growing exponentially. So if you kill only 70% of them, in 21 days you'll be back up to the number you were at. So it's better if you kill a lot of them. But since these bees are partially resistant anyway, it's not that big of a deal. The old chemicals that people used when we first got the mites, they were synthetic, they're a regular pyrethroid, synthetic pyrethroid. And so those kill 99.9% of the mites. But the other problem was that when you kill 99.9% of the mites, in about 2 years, all your mites will be resistant to it because it's easy for the mites to get resistant to things like that since it kills so many. And so now that doesn't kill mites anymore. And also, it would contaminate all the honeycomb because it's dissolved in honeycomb. It's dissolved in wax. So it's a big problem. And then, and then all the big commercial beekeepers, since it stopped working, they went out and bought the same, it was the same chemical, but it was more concentrated for other purposes, for like doing tank mixes and stuff for other crops. And they would dip sticks in it, little wooden like popsicle sticks. And they would stick like 6 or 7 sticks down in between the frames, and that's how they would dose them. And they could kill mites that way, since it was such a stronger dose. And then their frames were so contaminated with this chemical that it was actually bad for the bees. And the bees would lose fertility, so the drones would not be fertile, and so they would have problems with queens mating. And not to mention the problems with what would happen if consumers found out that that's what is in honey when you buy it at the grocery store. So.
How long will you leave
Gotta
it?
watch out for that.
How long will you leave it?
The bees will probably clean it out after about a week and a half.
You just checking when it's gone?
You got to add more. It's supposed to be in there for at least. I mean, this thing says that after 14 days you do another 50-gram dose. That's what the label says. That's not what you do. When it's gone, you add another dose, and it needs to be in there for at least probably 30 days. Probably at the minimum 21 days, because a brood cycle is 21 days.
And
You got to make sure you get all those mites.
You would check it after 2 weeks, or?
Yeah, I would check it after 10 days.
10 days.
And add like another dose. This says to do 2 50-gram doses. What I recommend is 3 33-gram doses. That way it's in there longer, and it won't kill the brood as bad because you're not overdosing them. What'll happen is see how the bees are getting away from it because it's irritating them. They're kind of getting away. So that also happens below it because the fumes are sinking down. So there will be this little thing below it where all the brood is dead because the bees kind of shy away from it. And it's sad to see, but at the same time, it's better than having crawlers coming out of the hive.
What are your thoughts on the drone comb?
The drone comb, I'll show you drone comb. That's actually, see this one that's painted blue? That's a whole frame of drone comb right there. I manage the drone comb. That's another good way to kill the mites, especially if you're at the hobbyist level. And we'll show you that. I just got to find a hive that doesn't have so many bees in it.
So what you're saying is this is effective, especially to do 33.
Yeah.